take a look at this map. Count all the states that you see that are lit up. Now understand, every single one of those is a government that has introduced, passed, or already signed legislation targeting personal manufacturing. Not just one or two, and not a regional trend that you can write off. It's 18 states and a federal bill. Now, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly who is funding this national campaign and what you can do about it and why a petition isn't going to stop them. And this isn't about ghost guns. And this isn't about 3D printers. This is a personal manufacturing story. 3D printers, CNC machines, laser cutters, lathes, routers, drill presses, any machine that takes a digital file and turns it into a physical object. And the fire on that map is only spreading. And if your state isn't on it, don't get too comfortable, because even Texas isn't on that map. But in 2025, a Texas state senator named Gutierrez introduced SB 1711. That's a bill that would have criminalized 3D printed firearms and the distribution of digital firearm schematics. Now, he introduced it alone, and there was not a single co-sponsor, and it died in committee. Now, I left Texas off the map only because it had no support this time, and they won't give up. They're just going to wait for the next session, and then the session after that, and so on. Now, before I tell you exactly which states are doing what, you need to understand how this works, because they're not all doing the same thing. There are 3 distinct categories of attack in this war on manufacturing, and each of them escalate in their own way. One more thing before I go through them, a state can show up in more than one category, and some of them in all 3. So as I go through this, keep track of your state and stay with me all the way to the end. All right, category 1, criminalize the output. These are the states that are not going after your machine. They're going after what comes out of the machine, what you can make, what you can own, and what you can possess. These are serialization laws, ghost gun bans, possession restrictions. All right, states are Colorado, Virginia, Maine, Maryland, Connecticut, New Jersey, Washington, Hawaii, Rhode Island, Oregon, and of course there's pending legislation in Iowa, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Minnesota. Now, some of these are already signed and in effect, and some are sitting in committee waiting for the right session. Now, if you live in one of those states and you manufacture something last year on your printer, your CNC machine, or your laser cutter, something that may have been perfectly legal, you might want to check again. Now, category 2, that's criminalizing the files. This is where it gets a little bit darker. These states aren't just targeting the physical object anymore. They're targeting the data, the information. They're targeting the model, the STL file sitting on your hard drive. The states are Colorado, New Jersey, New York, Washington, Minnesota, and there's even a federal bill sitting in Congress right now that would make it illegal to distribute 3D printer plans for firearms anywhere in the country. You can't own the instructions. You can't distribute them. And in some versions of these bills, you can't even possess them if you're unlicensed. Think about what that means for a moment. A design file, data. They want to make data illegal. And Colorado, you'll notice, is already in category 1, and now it's here in category 2 as well. And of course, New York doesn't stop there. They even have a bill in committee right now that would require a criminal background check before any retailer can sell you a machine capable of manufacturing a firearm component. Not to own a firearm, but to buy the machine. This is category 3, what I call killing the machine. This is the tip of the spear. 4 states, and only 4, have gone all the way to the hardware level. They're not stopping at what you make or what files that you have. They want the machine itself, your CNC machine, your 3D printer, your laser cutter, to refuse the job before it ever starts. The states are, of course, New York, California, Washington, and now Delaware. Mandatory blocking technology. mandatory firearms detection algorithms baked into the hardware. Before your machine runs a job, it has to check with a state-run database in an algorithm first. Now, New York, they already signed theirs, and California is one Senate vote away. Now, Washington tried it, and you, our viewers, you pushed back hard enough to actually kill it or at least stop it in committee. Now, Delaware, they just introduced theirs 11 days ago, and they went further than any other state. Now, it was very similar to New York's bill with subtractive manufacturing, but Delaware explicitly says subtractive manufacturing. They're not just coming for those 3D printers. They're coming for every machine in your shop. Now, the industry, they already know what's coming, and they've already been moving. Prusa Research is one of the largest open source 3D printer manufacturers on the planet, and they set up manufacturing operations in Newark, Delaware, I think back in July of 2024. They didn't choose Delaware because of its business climate. They chose Delaware because they already owned a company there. Printed Solid. It's a 3D printing retailer and service center that they acquired back in 2022. Now, their stated goal was to become the largest manufacturer of 3D printers and filaments in the United States within a year. Well, surprise, Delaware just introduced a bill that would mandate blocking technology in every digital fabrication machine sold in that state. 3D printers, CNC machines, routers, lathes, anything that takes a file and cuts or builds an object. Prusa is now building personal manufacturing machines in the same state that is now moving to regulate what those machines are allowed to do. Here's another one. MatterHackers, the largest 3D printing retailer in the United States, is headquartered in Lake Forest, California. They also have a warehouse in York, Pennsylvania. And 3 weeks ago, their vice president confirmed publicly that they just opened a third warehouse in Dallas, Texas. Now, they're going to tell you that it's about shipping logistics, faster delivery, free shipping across the country or something. And maybe that's true. Or maybe the largest personal manufacturing retailer in America, headquartered in a state that is one Senate vote away from banning the sale of any machine that isn't on their government-approved list. Maybe they just quietly started building infrastructure somewhere other than California. I don't know. You decide. So, who is behind all of this? Well, it's Everytown for Gun Safety, funded by Michael Bloomberg. Now, this isn't grassroots. California's assembly member who introduced AB 2047 stood up and publicly thanked Everytown for their partnership and leadership on the bill. Everytown's Policy Council submitted written testimony to New York's legislature urging passage of the blocking technology mandate. After Colorado's criminalization bill passed, Everytown issued a press release calling on Colorado to go further next session, add blocking technology, add CAD file restrictions. Same language, same playbook, just different states. This is a coordinated national campaign with a billionaire behind it. And every new version of the bill goes further than the previous. And this map that you're looking at, it doesn't stop lighting up on its own. Now, what do we do about this? I'll tell you what doesn't work. Signing a petition, leaving a comment. Everytown has Bloomberg's money. They have lobbyists in every state house. They have policy counsel drafting the language before the bill is even introduced. A petition doesn't threaten that. What threatens that is making them afraid. Ideology is extremely powerful, and when it's backed by money and the protection of a political seat, it feels unstoppable. The only thing that moves a politician is the fear that they won't keep that seat. The only thing that moves a money backer is the fear that their investment stops producing results. If you really want to stop this, make them fear the vote. Make them fear that primary. Make them fear that the constituent who shows up, who remembers in November what happened in January. That's the only currency that they understand. And I'll have links to some of the states in the description, but I'm not going to babysit you. You need to Google your rep's contact page. And if this means something to you, then do something about it. Now, honestly, I think this map does a great job of explaining just how serious this is. This really is a war on manufacturing. Now, I know that you're watching this and you think that there's nothing that you can do, that a lot of this is outside of anything that we can control. But that's not true. We actually can do things together as a community. So we're actually moving away from Discord, and we've started a brand new forum, and it's over at community.loyalmoses.com, and I'll have it up on the screen right here. It's in beta right now, but get over there, join it, and jump into the discussions, and we'll organize. We'll do stuff. Thanks.